simply.
But why would I help you?
Oh, because some men do. Baby, it happens to me all the time.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's always gonna be a simp. It's always gonna be a trick. A trick is a trick,
Yeah.
no matter what, right? It's always gonna be a thing. But I'm just saying, why would I? Like, what would incentivize me to do it when I can get it for free? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of these
there's a lot of men who don't have that conversation or can't present
but
themselves in that nature, so they use their money.
There's nothing to conversate about. Listen, y'all already know who y'all want to fuck before we even open our mouth.
Yeah.
So what is there for me to why would I have to lead with anything except for filtering out what it is that I want to do with you, right? Dudes that move in their purpose and dudes that stand 10 toes down, you gonna fuck for the clout. You gonna fuck just to be around me anyway. Listen, y'all got dudes the same way that we slot y'all, right? It's the chicks for the streets. You know, it's gonna be the hoes, it's gonna be the wives, or whatever, so on and so forth. We inherently slot y'all the same way that y'all slot us. Y'all gonna slot the dude as the trick. You're gonna slot the dude as the fool. You're going to slot the dude as the dude that you know you can get away with or whatever. He's going to take you and spend money on you or whatever. And then it's the dude, when he drop you off, it's the dude that you're going to call that's going to come over and fuck you, right?
That's you. You're probably the one out of like 10 men. Out of me personally in my DMs. Let's say I get 10 men that come at me in my DMs, right? You might be the only one that got common sense like that. The rest of them are ducks.
So you know that. So these dudes don't get it, but you know.
No, I get it. I get it.
You able to spot a finesse immediately, right?
Do I try to finesse immediately?
No. I said you able to spot one. You able to spot a dude that you can finesse immediately. So let me ask you another question. How many of your girls can do the same thing?
Not many.
Yeah. You don't think so?
I know so.
Why's that? Because
they call me to ask what to say.
So they call you to ask what to say with regard to what? Like to identify the guy that's good or to how to finesse a guy?
Both.
And what do you tell them?
It depends on what I'm reading. Depends on what they're showing me.
Hey, no. Let me tell you something. You said that you ain't got nothing going on. I can make you great.
Who said I didn't have nothing going on?
Listen. You said that you didn't. No. Listen. You said that you didn't have a roster.
I don't want a roster.
I agree with you. You shouldn't have one, but I'm trying to tell you that when you align yourself with people like me, I can make you great.
See, but
I can make you more than you ever thought that you could ever be in your entire life.
You generalize it to Black women like there aren't all women like that. That's my first problem. My second problem is, how can you sit here and say like all we can bring to the table is, or what we trying to bring to the table is our mouth and coochie? First off, let's talk about it. Right now, y'all men are in this soft girl era. Y'all want us to submit, but don't bring nothing to the table, which is why most of our women right now are looking and playing y'all like we're the men right now. No, for real. There's very, very few men who think in the level that you think of, like, oh, I can make you better. Right now,
but the problem is that you looking at the majority. You
just did it. No, you just looked at the majority. So all women are like this. Black women are failing because of this.
We already established that you know how to identify the difference between a simp, a trick, and a real dude, right?
You said what?
We already established that you know how to identify the difference between a simp, a trick, and a real dude, right? So why you even having conversations with dudes that don't fit into what it is that you need to
I'm not having conversations with dudes. These men are coming to me. I'm not bothering you. You're coming in my space.
And they supposed to. Listen, just because they're supposed to, it don't mean that you're supposed to entertain it. What I'm telling you is that I'm talking about the majority of women. And the majority of women, when given the option
and said Black women are failing.
You know how I know? You know how I know?
I'm trying to understand where you got that from, or what statistics
I got it from the fact that the majority of Black women.
Are you just mad because Black women are not doing what y'all ask? But to us, y'all aren't bringing shit to the table for us to do what y'all ask.
Every person that works for me is a Black woman. Everybody do what I ask. What are you talking about?
See,
listen, baby girl. Let me hold on. Let me kick it with her. Let me kick it with her, baby girl. Listen.
Don't baby girl me. I'm a grown ass woman. Don't baby girl me.
See, that's that attitude.
Not an attitude.
It's that attitude.
It's not
and
an
this
attitude.
is what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't like certain words. I don't like certain words.
You're missing your opportunity because you're so caught up in.
Address me as a grown ass woman. No, I don't like baby girl. Please.
And this is why y'all last.
What?
This is why
and this is my problem. No, this is my problem. I let you talk.
You didn't let
me. This is my problem with
me do anything.
I let you talk.
This is why you last.
No, this is why.
You see my face
like
now? I got the face like your YouTube. I got the face like your YouTube.
I can't stand that in a man, which is why I'm single. I'm single by choice. Not
No,
because
you're
I
not.
can't go get a
You're
nigga.
not single by choice.
Yes, I am.
No,
not
you're
because
not.
I can't go get a nigga.
No, you're not. Listen.
If I wanted to, I could have a nigga right now today and be happy.
But you're not gonna have the right nigga, and that's the difference.
I'm choosing to be alone.
Anybody can get somebody.
Men want women to conform.
Anybody.
If I tell you I don't like
can get somebody.
I don't like it.
Anybody can get somebody, but can you get the one that you want?
Yes, I could. I choose not to.
You lie. You lie. And this is why I know you are a representation of what every other black woman is like, because they all say the same thing. They say they're single by choice, but this is what I know for a fact. Don't no woman want to be by themselves.
That's not true.
No woman want to be by themselves. You want to be in a relationship. You want to be loved on. You want to have somebody that comes home and brings home the bacon. You want to be taken care of. Listen, if you sit here and tell me that you want to go out here, if you sit here and tell me that you want to go out here and you want to go and compete for resources and get somebody like me that don't
competing when I can get it myself. I'm not asking no one to do it for me.
Listen, it's not even in your nature.
You trying to tell me what I want and what I don't want? That's the problem with men.
You know it's not in your nature.
We don't want.
It's not in your nature.
You literally just got mad because I said don't baby girl me.
I'm not. Do I look mad?
No, but you did though. You were like, oh, that's the problem with the attitude. It's not an attitude. I just call out if I don't like words. I'm not mad at all. If I don't like certain words, I don't understand why. I only have this problem with black men. If I tell a black man, I don't want to be baby girl, I don't want to be bae, I don't like certain words. Y'all do what you just did.
But you're missing it, Nunu. And the thing that you're missing, Nunu, it's not, and see, this is what I tell women all the time. It's not, listen for 5 seconds. And if you listen, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You gotta listen just as much as you talk.
Talking and not listening to shit a black woman gotta say because you feel like black women are a certain way.
It's this, and you can always bring it out of them. Here's the thing. It wasn't the fact that you said
you categorize black women and that shit pisses me off.
No, hold on 1 second. Hold on,
Stu, please let me cook for you. Hold on. Let me go ahead. I'm listening.
It wasn't what you were saying. It's the delivery. What I was trying to say is, as black women, we get enough of that. We get enough of being called out of our name. We get enough of being told like we're less than. So it gets to a point when having to hear it from black men, especially on public platforms, it's like, bro, when does it stop? Somehow it has to stop. Regardless of how you feel black women should be, at some point in time, it starts to feel like black men just don't have our back at all. And
I don't got your back.
And that's the part I don't think that black men understand. When we have to hear it from the white women, we have to hear from the white men, we have to hear from social media, we got to hear from different podcasts that everybody feel like they want to have, we got to hear in music. It at some point in time, it really feel like don't nobody got our back.
I don't
so to have to keep hearing it, and then you hear it from black men, and then black men wonder why black women don't have faith in y'all. Because at some point in time, we start to feel like we're not protected. Because people like, in situations like this, you get on platforms and you start saying those type of things. Whether it's relatable to us or not, whether the shoe fits or not, having to hear it though, it's like, bro, who the fuck got our back besides ourselves?
I thought that y'all wanted to be independent. I thought that
it's
y'all
not
wanted
about,
to. I was respectful. Do you see what? But listen, this is why your behavior right now, how it is. See, what you don't do is you don't take personal accountability and responsibility for how it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You gotta stop.
I'm sorry. I was respectful of you. And now you don't want to be respectful by allowing me to talk uninterrupted. I listened to you. Okay. I waited.
You got to stop speaking for you.
And this is the problem, is that y'all think that y'all can just do whatever y'all want to do, and we supposed to just sit there and say, oh no, I'm sorry, you're a woman, I'm supposed to protect you. You can't protect somebody that you can't hold accountable. I can't protect my daughter if she's not going to be submissive to what it is that I say. You know, protection is also proactive. It's the fact that you didn't say, hey, I'm sorry, can you please not call me that? I don't like that name or whatever. What you said and the way that you reacted, you should go back and replay it. Hopefully, we'll put this up.
I'm saying I'm sorry.
Hold on. You said, I'm sorry, that's not my name. Don't call me on my name. And then you start going in. You start going. You didn't just say, hey, can you not call me that or whatever, so on and so forth. And this is why I keep saying that when women operate in their femininity, this is why you get labeled as an angry black woman. The label didn't come from out of nowhere. It came because of the behavior, and the stereotype became real, right? So what I'm saying is, if you want to be protected, you also have to be under my covering.
This is coming from the same man.
If you're not under my covering, I don't owe you anything.
This is coming from the same man. When you open up your conversation, you led with the fact that black women were basically nothing. You led with that in the conversation. So when you started going on, and I started going off about it, and you called me baby girl, I said, hey, don't call me baby girl.
That's not what you said.
That is what I said.
That's not what you said.
That is what I said.
That's not how you said it. That's not what you said.
Don't call me baby girl. I know what I said. If you can't help the fact that I talk aggressively, that's on you. That's a you problem.
No, that's a you problem.
No, it's not. That's how I was raised.
You're the only one complaining. You're the only one complaining.
My job is not to condition you as a black man to like me. I'm gonna be so real. I'm not for you. Okay, my whole thing is stop trying to tell a black woman how to fucking talk. I was raised this way.
Listen, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say.
I'm not for you. That's cool. At the end
of
the day,
stop asking for protection.
I didn't ask for protection.
No, you did. You just went on a whole diatribe about how black men ain't protecting y'all, about all of this other type of stuff. If you can't listen, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
To a black man who called black women bitches and hoes. I'm not doing that.
And now and this is the problem, Scoop, is because she's being disingenuous because I added the context. No, I added the context. I said it's a difference between a hoe. And it's a difference between
you're not going to do that because you
did I not add the context?
You literally sat here and said in the live multiple times. I said
it's a difference between a hoe, a difference between a black woman, a difference between a wife, the same way. And I use men as an example.
So
I said the same way that it's a difference.
To the end of the live because I have the whole live being recorded on the other phone.
Okay, then record it and then replay it.
Would you like to fast forward? Because that's after you decided you want to sit here and say there's a difference, you literally kept trying to call us bitches and hoes and then quote the Bible right afterwards.
No, what I said was there was a difference. I'm not tripping. I don't listen. I don't fucking need black women to have my back. I don't need your love. I don't need your aggression. I don't need anything from you. I have a wife. I'm good.
So then why do you have
I have a woman at every single woman. Listen. I got 15 women that work for me. All of them are black women. All of them are black women, and all of them are protected and they under my covering. I don't need your love.
I'm not asking that. I'm asking if you have a wife and you got all this going for you, why do you have such an opinion on black women then? And why do you keep saying about how we're less than nothing? If we don't mean anything to you, why do you keep talking about it? That's the only thing I'm just trying to figure out. If we don't mean anything to you, we don't bring no value to you. I don't understand. Then why is that a topic for you to talk about? See, why do you feel
you're emotional? You're emotional. No,
and
again,
I'm literally
because you keep saying we. You keep saying we in the back. When you keep saying we, that means that you must be one of the people that I'm talking about. Because if it didn't apply to you, then you wouldn't be so bothered.
No, you can't.
You can't say. You can't say broke black men and it would affect me because I'm not broke. I don't worry about what you say. You can't say baby daddies because I'm not a baby daddy. I don't care if you're talking to baby daddies. I don't care if you're talking to baby daddies. If it don't apply, then it wouldn't hurt you, but you hurt because something in there is tapping into your soul. And when you go back and you go to sleep at night, you need to do a self-check. Because the reality is that you bothered because it's actually something in there is applying to you. I don't know what, but it is.
So me personally, I'm not triggered. Please stop saying that. Like, oh my God, stop saying that. I'm not triggered. I really just don't care. This is literally for entertainment purposes. This man up here knows I really don't give a fuck about none of this.
That's all a lie. We can figure it all out. Communication is 90% body language. It's all over your face. You so triggered. You so bothered by this. Okay. You don't even know me, and you got triggered by a dude that just came up 5 minutes and started speaking some truth into your life, and then you jumped off the fucking rails and then just wanted to dive right into the alcohol river. You bothered. You bothered. And you're going to remember me, too. You're going to remember everything about this conversation, and you're going to dream about it. You're going to go back and you're going to do an assessment of your life, And ironically enough, you'll never admit it, but it's okay because it's really deep diving down into your soul. God talked to you today. God talked to you today.
No.
And it's okay. Let him have his way. Now she
up.
feels a certain type of way. And so and this is the thing that we talk about, school. Black men don't get the same level of respect, but they expect the protection. She'll sit here and her first diatribe when she got up here is how black men don't have our back. Black men don't protect us, all of this other type of stuff, but she can turn her neck, she can snatch dreams out of the air, she can get her little neck and her feelings twisted up, she can go back and forth talking about how she don't give a fuck and how ignorant she is. She can do all of that, and then in the same live stream, the very same live stream, sit here and complain about who ain't respecting them. You ain't getting respect because you're not a respectable person. You present yourself as a person that does not deserve respect. We don't automatically give it anymore. We take it. We earn it. We deserve it because we are a reflection of the thing that we advocate for. So if you want it, then earn it and stop expecting anybody to say or do anything just because you're a woman.
Okay, so
that don't mean shit to us.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
I don't give a fuck about what a woman think. When did we start acquiescing over to what it is that they think in order to decide and continue to be on our purpose? You think I'm gonna stop doing what I do because a woman feel a certain type of way? Man, listen, if I stopped doing what I was doing because a woman had an opinion of how it made them feel or whether or not I was doing the right thing, I would be poor, broke, dusted, and disgusted and continuing to impregnate y'all like the rest of the dudes that they choose in the first place. I don't give a fuck about what no woman think. If they knew what was best for them, they would start to listen and shut the fuck up instead of continuing to have opinions about how it is that they feel. Your feelings don't validate nothing in our eyes. The only thing it do is make me continue to be what it shows me that I'm right. Give a fuck about what a woman think.
Now, do you? Now, I'm listening to this, right, Tom? I'm listening to this, and I agree with.
On top of that is this behavior or how it was that he was operating something that she just noticed after they had got married and had kids, or is this behavior or how it was that he was operating on full display before she chose to marry and have kids with him in the first place? Because just because you have kids with somebody or just because you marry them don't mean that you're absolved of choosing the wrong person or going along. So it's more context that we need to have with the story before we can just make a one generalized. And this is why I'm saying that it's the difference between talking to the majority and then talking to the individual situations in order to speak to that specific situation. It's more context, it's more questions, but more importantly, we have to ask the question, did she choose the wrong person in the first place?